I'm used to the good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm used to the little guy down here saying, I had to turn on the show. And Ashley, lovely Ashley here on staff, has just changed everything on the intro. Nothing makes sense anymore. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. I'm not sure what's going on, but it doesn't seem right to me. I don't know. I'm trying to figure stuff out as I go along here. But I'm telling you, I'm used to the guy. For one, I'm used to having a longer intro. Two, I'm used to the two little guys down here going, come on, let's go. Then I know it's time. The screen goes black. Those two little timer guys are down there, but they're gone now. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure what to tell you. That we have a great show for you tonight. Bottom of the Glass Nation shows where I talk to you guys talk to me. Nothing like the stupid ambush videos. No. This is where, just like being a radio disc jockey in the 80s in Los Angeles, which I have some familiarity with. So that part I like. I don't like the other stuff. But I will tell you right now, Loud One has the bus rolling. It's already up to 45 miles an hour. We're still in first gear because he doesn't know how to use a clutch. He speed shifts everything. Old dragster guy, as you know. But I'm going to drink this one to you guys to get the party started. Drink one with me. Raise a glass. It's time. You've waited all day for this. Haven't you? We get 1 hour together. They let me out of the funny farm. They take off the straitjacket and unlock the padded room. I get 1 hour. I'm going to drink and I'm going to talk during that hour. Don't kid yourself. So this one's to you guys at the Bottom of Glass Nation. We are a bunch of extras. We are a generation of common sense. And I very much like that Donald Trump was using the word common sense in our generational conversations. You see that when he was in New Jersey? A lot of that coming out. I'm not saying Trump watches the show. I'm just saying, it just seems kind of, I say it, then he says it, then I say some clever stuff, then Sean Hannity says it, then I have some stuff, and then all of a sudden Jesse Waters is saying it. I say a few key things, and Dan Bongino repeats it. I'm just saying that it's a possibility that sometimes the podcast, the live streams, it could be show prep for those other guys. Now, of course, I would never take credit for that. I'm just throwing it out there. You guys do with that information what you will. All right. Got to start drinking right now. I'm almost out of the Pendleton Rye, which means I need to drive back up to Reno and steal some more from my brother. He got a whole cellar full of this stuff. Yeah. If you can figure out a way down the spiral staircase of stone and pick the lock and get right, which is his birthday. Old people. He's an old guy. Sun Valley Fox used the combinations his birthday. Got right in, grabbed as many bottles as I could, but I'm almost out, so I got to head back up this way. All right. Enough talking. Let's drink. Okay, where was I? Much to say, much to do, and Gen X Mom sat in here for 30 minutes barking at me, look at this video, look at this picture. I'm trying to get ready for the show. Look at this, you ought to try that. All of a sudden, with 10 seconds left, I have to go to the bathroom. Well, if you'd have done that first, if you'd have been concentrated on your show material, you wouldn't be doing all that shit. But there she was. So now she's back. Hello, Gen X. Oh, grab the mic. Yeah, you're going to need that. She went like this. She went. And then she realized
not on,
she
is
didn't.
it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
And then she didn't have the. Why would I be explaining what you did if they could already see you? See, they can't see you,
Well,
so I have
there's a blue light on, so it scared me.
No, it's just, well, then you have your monitor on. Anyway, so she goes, and then realizes no microphone, grabs the microphone. Now she's sitting down. Now she is relieved. Now she's comfortable. Welcome to the show, Gen X Mom.
Hello, everyone.
Or as Josh Maddox calls you, Mama X.
Mama X.
Calls him Mama X. All right. Where was I? So I saw so many people in here today. Tomash is in here all the way from Israel. Trippy Pineapple running the big blue wrench for everybody over here. Who Josh Maddox snuck in sideways, saw him throwing the blue wrench down. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, who doesn't belong in here. Disney Mama belongs over on Facebook where she's supposed to be.
She got caught.
Gonna get her in trouble. A lot of the usual suspects have arrived. Kevin Grimes, Sam Pancake. Sam Pancake and I have a phone call due tomorrow. Loud One, who I've been talking to off and on. Firewood Art, he's over there on Discord all the time. You want to talk to Firewood, check him out in Discord. Disney Kid's back from his adventures. Mary Mistretta. Christina Dvorak. Did Christina Dvorak get her big red one?
She did.
Wow. Her big red one. For those of you that don't know on YouTube, when you see someone with a big red one at the end of their name, they earned that. They earned that. That means they've been part of this program for 1 year. If you have a big blue 2 years. Yeah. All right. So that's good information.
Would you like me to do some sheets real quick? We have a birthday in the house.
I just don't think you can do the sheets real quick. You know, you get
I
done.
can if you don't talk.
My wife gets done with the sheets. She goes, okay, I'm done with the sheets. An hour's gone by, and I'm like, well, that's all we have for today, folks. All right, go ahead. Do your
Happy
sheets.
birthday to KG, Texas today.
KG, Texas.
I think he is in there somewhere in the chat. So everybody wish KG a happy birthday.
I saw his name go by.
Mary Mastretta, hello, handsome general. Lovely Mama X and Bottom of the Glass Nation.
That's one handsome general. I need 4 before we can get going.
At Gen X Talks, Mighty Mouse is here to save the day. Am I right, handsome general? You going to save the day?
Who did that? Who wrote that?
Though you better find your pants. I don't know. They didn't put the name on there.
That was funny because that's what I put on the intro to on all the titles of today's show. It says, here I come to save the day. And then I wrote Mighty Mouse. So somebody's reading. Yes. Thank you for reading the description of the live stream.
KG, member for 22 months. Cheers, Bottom of the I can't even say it.
Hi,
BOTGN. Cheers, everyone. Much love to all of you. Christina Dvorak got my big red one. She's announcing to everybody.
Told you.
Karen, hey, handsome general. Hello, our most beautiful queen, Mama X.
Two more handsomes.
Shannon Burgode. Hello, handsome general and sexy Mama X.
Oh, Shannon's on my shit list. That's 3 hands.
Well, we'll find out.
Thank you, Shannon, for the handsome. But boy.
Bonnie Walker, handsome general, insurmountable Cali Cat. Hello, handsome. The Disney Kid. Good evening, handsome General Peter Venkman.
Not Peter Venkman. They doesn't have a beard like mine.
Houdini, hello, handsome general. Wow, everybody's
That's 6
just
handsomes.
going crazy.
That's a record. I've never got 6 handsome generals before.
Angel Rivera, hey bud, big fan. Didn't know you had this podcast.
Far out, man. Hang around for a little bit.
This is a live stream, not a podcast.
Okay, but what is a podcast and what is a live stream? Is a podcast just one you record? But because sometimes people watch live podcasting, don't they? I don't know what the difference is.
Okay. Loud one, $5. WTF is a clutch. Flat shift.
What the fuck is
for the win?
Loud one is a race car guy. He's an old time race. He shifts by RPM sound. He just knows. He's like, now, speed shifts. Yeah, no clutch.
Bryce Barnes over on Facebook. Sammy Joe is once again jamming the like button as it's having issues keeping up with that hot, crazy chick, or that crazy chick. Sorry, not hot. You are hot,
No,
babe.
she's not hot. You just said so.
Michael Dawson, member for 24 months. Got a big blue too.
Big blue too for MD.
Danny H has gifted 5 memberships tonight to Kimberly, Brandon, G-Man73, Rebecca, and Trades for Free. And it's all yours, honey.
Danny H and Visahoochie, baby. Thank you very much for doing that. All right, we got a program here. There is so many things I want to get to. I want to touch. I don't know. I need to know if my sister-in-law is watching because I have a news article, something we've all been blasted with. I'd like to simplify it. I'd like to dumb it down for the people from Pacoima. Make sure things are status quo for you. But I got to make sure she's here. Otherwise, I won't use $3 words. I'll use the $12 words that I borrowed from esteemed colleagues, and we can continue on. So we'll find out if she's here. But for right now, I got to tell you, you guys know that we've been hiding gold coins all over the country, and we're working our way to the Midwest is next. There's going to be a bunch of coins there. That'll be then the East Coast will be next. But we've been driving ourselves. The kid drove up and did some. We drove out and did some. And I got to tell you guys a story.
We don't have people for that.
No, we don't have people for that. We have to say, well, we've sent people on assignment. Some of our staff, some of our multitude of our hundreds of employees, we've selected a few of them to run out across the country, drive out in the company van, and distribute the gold coins. And then we get in our pickup truck and we just go do it ourselves. That's kind of how that works. All right. Glad you're coming along with me on that story. Now, I want to tell you the whole story, because it ties into a phrase at the end of the story. All right? So listen to what I'm telling you. People of the good ship, hear me speak. All right. So I am talking. There's a lot of you extras that are friends that we know each other and we've met over the years and we become friends. And you guys have my cell number, way to get in contact with me directly. Shannon Brigode is one of them, or Brigode, as they say. Anyway, she says, she says, are you doing any down where I live? And I'm not really getting to where she lives. That's not important. I said, yeah, I think we are. So a month goes by and I texted her. I said, hey, just so you know, we're coming down to this area. I'm not sure where you live, but we'll be down this way. We're going to hide a gold coin. She says, oh, hey, that's not really super close. I got to drive 4 hours to get there. I said, well, you don't have to do that. But if you're in the area, we're going to be down there. So another week or two goes by and I tell her this is the day. And we'll be there in the afternoon. And I said, if you happen to be there, we could have lunch. She goes, oh, that'd be great. We'll have lunch. So now she knows what state we're going to. Now she knows what town we're going to, which, as you know, you gold coin hunters, that is part of the problem. You don't know where to go look. You have to decipher the clues and riddles. Yes, they are clues and riddles. I don't just take a picture and go, here's the coin. I stuck it to a trash can in Little Rock, Arkansas. Go get it. No, you have to figure it out. So she already knows. It never even crossed my mind that she was interested in the coin because we're just going to have lunch. And why would she? I'm telling her where the state is. I'm telling her where the city is. So we head out that day. Now it's an 8-hour drive for us. So we down the road. She calls and says, hey, problems. I can't get out of here on time. I'm running into trouble. All right, that happens. So I guess it was like 2 hours later. She goes, oh, I ran into another trouble. I'm still trying to get out of here. She goes, even if I leave, I'm going to be late. I said, well, Shannon, you don't have to go. I love you. You don't got to go. Thank you for thinking of us. Thank you for trying. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. And so I'm, like I said, I got 8 hours to go. So as long as she leaves within the first 4 hours, even if she's delayed, she could still be there. So she gets on the road. She's driving like a maniac, and she goes, I'm still not going to make it. I'm not. And we even went slower. We stopped and did some stuff, and we pulled over behind a gas station and had sex, which took 3 or 4 minutes off the trip. That helps out. Every little bit helps. Give, never take. That's me. And so when we get there, and we're running about 45 minutes late. So I text her and said, well, we're running late. Did this help? No, I'm still running late. So we fiddled around there for about 45 minutes or so. I texted her again. I said, well, we really got to get going. We got to get back on the road because we got a hotel heading back the other way. And we got to get home tomorrow. She goes, oh, I'm sorry I missed you. So, okay. Everything right now, no harm, no foul. Sorry it didn't work out. Everybody tried. Everything's okay. At this point in the story, would you not agree everything's okay? I would agree everything's okay. But then I think everything's okay because I'm a guy, and I'm using reason and logic, right? I forgot that Shannon is a girl, that she's a woman, like the one that was sitting next to me in the pickup truck. And I got to tell you that their logic and their reasoning is very different than ours. Let me continue with the story. In fact, let me finish off this rye. And then you guys are going to see where we're at, because I'm telling you, we didn't get to the phrase yet. Remember, there's a phrase at the end of all this. Drink one with me for part 2 of the story. All right, let us continue. So we're heading out. We're on our way. Everything's copacetic, and if you don't know what copacetic is, go look it up. Come back later. We're driving. We're an hour outside of the town, heading towards the hotel back home. I get a text that she finished the drive to the city and says, I'm here. I said, well, now I already told you we were leaving. I was, she goes, no, I didn't. She says, where's the gold coin? I said, what? She goes, where's the gold coin? I said, I'm not telling you. I said, what? And my first thought as I'm driving is like, why would I drive 8 hours to plant a gold coin and then tell a person, here's the state, here's the city. Once you show up, I'll just point to it and you can just grab it. Why would I want the gold coin discovered 30 minutes after I drove 8 hours to hide it? Why wouldn't I just mail her the gold coin and go, tell everybody you found it? Now, she was a little upset because chick logic, man, and don't act like it's just you. All of you do this. Every one of you thinks this way. Every one of you's like, well, but I drove all this way for the gold coin. No. You drove all that way to have lunch. The gold coin was not even that's just why we were there. You were there. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, I get that. Well, I'm going to look for it. Well, I can't stop her from looking for it. But now I'm driving and my blood's boiling. I'm like, God damn it, if she finds that fucking coin. I mean, to be fair, my wife goes, What's wrong? I'm like, nothing. My wife says, something's wrong. I said, what makes you think something's wrong? She goes, well, your tone, your demeanor, the fact that I'm looking over the speedometer, you're doing 120. I went, fuck. So I slow way down. I'm like, okay, I'm a little pissed because Shannon's going to find the coin. She goes, well, why is she looking for the coin? I said, I don't know. She was looking for lunch, and now she's looking for the coin. And Shannon goes, I can't believe you're not going to tell me, because she can't find it, because I hid it great. I can't believe you're not going to tell me. Are you going to make me drive all the way back home? I said, I don't care where you go. I'm not making you do anything. You live in that town for the rest of your life for all I care. I'm not making you do shit. This is guy logic versus women's logic. Anyway, she doesn't find the coin. Just so you guys know, didn't find it. I was really happy about that. She's like, I know exactly where it is, and I'm looking all over it. I'm trying to find it. I'm looking. She had a place in mind, an object, a thing. She goes, it's got to be here. So anyway, she gets pissed. I get pissed. We don't talk to each other for, 12 hours. It wasn't the world's longest breakup. So then she kind of calms down and goes home. She's still pissed at me, though. And so she did go back and did things the right way. The clues were out there. You got the answer to the first clue, email me. I give you the second clue. You get that right. I give you the third clue and then the fourth clue, and you go on. So anyway, at the end of all of it, she deciphers the clues. She's a smart girl. She gets it. And now she's got to decide if she can drive back there by this weekend before somebody else deciphers all the clues and finds it, which I don't know. And then she still has to find it when she's there. This isn't a gimme. The final clue, you still got to go looking. But what was funny was when she deciphered all the clues, she sent me a picture of this object she was looking. She was at the wrong object. She was in a different part of town, which I found hilarious. I didn't say that. But I think this story of men versus women and how we think it's differently. We all know there's programming there. I think Shannon and the General, this is a living, breathing example of one of the greatest philosophers of the 20th century, Iceman from Bodfish, who looked at me across a crowded bar one night and said the immortal words, chicks, man. Chicks. If there was ever a reason to drink, Shannon gave me one. I think I polished off 2/5 of Jack that night, and I was still upset. But all is good. All is forgiven. Everybody's back on track. Everybody's happy. Shannon's only going to be happy when she finds the coin. Then she's still going to grumble at me. But again, she's a chick. I'm a guy. I'm letting this thing go. I'm not driving 120 miles an hour anymore. We're good. So that's an absolute true story. She can be in here denying it all she wants. I'm not sure if she is. But is she denying it? You know what? We'll just put Shannon in a timeout. How you like this, girl? Shannon's in here denying this thing.
She said that is not how the conversation went, but it's your lie. Tell it how you went.
Well, you know what? We just put Shannon. Shannon is now in the woodshed. Yes, Shannon got put in the woodshed for about 365 days. We'll see Shannon next year. That's exactly how it went. You know what? It's a true story. It's true. It's a story, and that's exactly how I remember it. Give or take a lie or two, and we'll move on.
Mr. and Mrs. Sun Valley Fox are in the building.
Oh, so Mr. and Mrs. Sun Valley Fox are there. I don't really care I don't care if the Sun Valley Fox is here. Wasn't talking to him. Was going to talk to to his wife, my lovely sister-in-law. So we'll get to that in a minute. But that was important to get the Shannon Brigode story out of the way. She will if none of you decipher the clues for coin 12. If you don't try that and get that, I'm pretty good about answering emails and getting the stuff back to you. If you don't figure it out and drive there before her, I'm going to say, knowing Shannon, because she's stubborn, well, she's a chick. That goes without saying. She'll probably get it this weekend, and she will have earned it. As much as I can argue and bitch about she will have earned it, because that's twice she will have driven 4 hours to get there. And you got to hand it to her. That's some determination. If she gets it, nobody can take away anything from her. If she actually comes up with that coin, she earned it. Every bit.
Bob McKinley goes, General, it's the right lie, so it's the truth.
Well, yeah. As George Costanza once said, it's not a lie if you believe it. That's how you pass a lie detector test, by the way. It's not a lie if you believe it. I believe my whole story. I was there. I was an eyewitness to the account. Were you? No, none of you were. So we're going to go with my version of the lie and not hers, and that's it. Where was I? I had stuff to say. We're going to the picks. We're going to the board. This is the drag and drop section of the program. Pum, 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 pum. Oh, we have a carryover from last week. Remember last week when we talked about last show and we talked about the the Amazon returns and the Google reviews and Amazon reviews when you buy a product and you're stupid about your thing. I can't believe I missed this one for you guys last week, so I'm not going to miss it this week. I did find it, and I brought it up to the forefront. Ready for the drag and drop section? This one is perfect. You ready? UFO detector. He gave it 1 star. 1 star is too much for this product. He purchased a UFO detector. Now, let's listen to his explanation. I don't know if this is a scam or if mine was broken, but it doesn't work, and I am still getting abducted by UFOs on a regular basis. He wanted his money back. He wasn't happy with it. He called up Amazon. He filed a complaint. I don't know if this UFO detector is broken or if you're scamming me, but it doesn't work. The aliens are still grabbing me. I don't know. Maybe if they perform some probing on him, he wouldn't mind so much. I think we could all use a little probing once in a while. Oh, am I going to get in trouble for that? What else is in the news? In the drag and drop section? Yeah, you guys have been following the adventures of the kid for so long. This is the drag and drop section. He went to Addie's prom, and she was dressed very nice. You know our idiot son, you know what he said? In this, I looked at this picture, and I said, wow, your chick she looks good in that dress. He goes, better than me. I said, yeah, way better than you. He goes, I don't think I'd even fit in that dress. That was what your idiot son said.
Yeah, it sounds like his dad.
Yeah, well, so there he is. There's Briggs, and you guys know Addie. She's been on the program a bunch of times. They've been going out for a couple years now, so he got all slicked up, did his thing. I got to tell you that there's part of this I don't understand. He goes on dates, right? He goes to prom. He goes to dances. He participates. He's the good boyfriend. It is so different. Now, some of you are going to relate to this. But if I know that I'm cashing my paycheck and I'm going out on a Friday night, Saturday night, man, Wednesday and Thursday, I am making sure my car is running good. I clean and vacuum out every bit of it. I wash it. I wax it. I do the wheels. I take the wheels off. I got them in the garage. I'm cleaning them. I put everything back on. It's sharp, ready to go. I shave up. I clean up. I shower. I cash my paycheck, and I'm down the road. Every single time. He doesn't wash his truck. I think, well, didn't you get in it to go someplace with you? Told me like, ew, the inside of his truck is just filthy.
Yeah, it is.
It was like, oh.
He won't even clean it for his mother.
No, he didn't clean it for anybody. He wouldn't do anything with it. It was terribly bad. So
I'm getting ready to pay the $40 to have it detailed.
To have a guy come detail it. There's a guy who goes through the neighborhood, does a pretty good job. He doesn't wax, but he will wash and scrub all the wheels and he'll hand wash the whole thing. He will vacuum everything out inside with a crevice vac, and he'll wipe everything down. I mean, it's $40. It looks great.
I pay him $50, like a $10 tip.
Yeah, well, that's good. But I'm just telling you, the kid will not do it. That's different. I don't know what it was like with you guys, but everybody my age is like, what? All of you girls that are about my age or a little younger, did you ever get into a car that was filthy? Did your guy just take you for granted and say, oh, just push those McDonald's wrappers off onto the floor and sit down? No. Am I the only one who's thinking that way? Come on, guys. You guys got to be along with me a little bit on this. But I can't tell my kid that. He's like, no, who cares? She's fine. She's fine with it. I'm like, and here's the worst part. So I told my son this. I go, okay, I'm not telling you would ever cheat on your girlfriend. Oh, no. But imagine your truck is filthy dirty on the outside. You get all your bullshit on the inside. And then for some weird reason, you meet a girl that needs a ride home. You meet a chick. And she's going to get in your truck for the first time. And it looks like that. Now, you got to be ready. And he won't do it. He just has no interest in it. He goes, nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't know if that's seasonal. If you get your head out of your ass in the summertime and we're getting there. I don't know if it's generational. I don't know if I did a bad job as a parent. I'm not sure. but absolutely doesn't give a shit
You
about
have
it.
guys saying Houdini goes, the car has to be spotless at all times.
See, my man Houdini.
Tim Mitchell goes, Friday, my ride was immaculate.
Who said that?
Tim
Mitchell, my guy. That's what I'm telling you guys. I'm not wrong on
Jennifer
this.
Whitehead says, I would not get into the vehicle.
Jennifer, you see, I'm not I'm not wrong on this.
Danny H goes, when I was in the dating game, my vehicle always ended up looking better than I did on the date.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. Now, I'm not sure if this applies to every generation. I know the younger generations are stupid. Now, take the older generations, older than me. Did Sun Valley Fox, did he wash up that Conestoga wagon? Did he brush those horses before he took out on a Friday night? I don't know. I wasn't there. And stuff like that, they really omit in the history books, don't they? I mean, do we really know a lot about how the Amish used to date? No. But one day, maybe the Sun Valley Fox will let me know, did his dad let him have 2 horses to pull that wagon to show his horsepower like a muscle car? Or did he have one that was like a Pinto? That kind of ran like a Pinto, if you see my correlation there. Gen X Mom.
Dude made a very good observation. By the way, it's the dude's birthday.
The dude's
dude
birthday.
abides.
The dude abides. I will abide too.
The dude wrote, at least the girl knows he doesn't have a woman in his life. She's safe.
So if he finds another girl and she opens up the truck, she goes, well, you obviously don't have a girlfriend. The dude with some great comments. You know what? That comment really tied the conversation together, did it not?
Stuart Bailey goes, my car was always spotless, but getting into my chick's car was like getting into a mobile rubbish dump. I'm sure she'd do it on purpose because she knew I'd get pissed and clean it for her.
Some of the other things I saw guys do, and I didn't participate in this, but I have seen, and I know for a fact, I know Gen X Mom dated a guy who did this one time. That at one time she did, where a guy has his car, he's so in love with his car, he looks at you before you get in the car, like, all right, no, nothing on your shoes, don't bring any food in the car. Tell me I'm wrong. You dated a guy who's like, no food in the car was a rule.
Yeah.
And you're like, the fuck, man? I'm just trying to get in the car. And they're like, well, why don't you go eat that? Just have that sandwich over there, then get in the car. Clean your shoes off for you. In fact, take your shoes off and put them in the trunk.
The Sun Valley Fox says, that's why I'm known as the Sun Valley Fox, because of the car.
Because, well, he had the van.
He had a lot of cars. He should write you a list of all the cars that he's had.
I wish he'd just show me pictures of all the cars. I'm really interested.
I'm wondering if he has them. He must.
I'm wondering if he has pictures of that 70s tilted van like a hot rod, big tires in back, little tires in front. I want to know if it was wall-to-wall shag carpet or if it went up the wall shag carpet.
It went up the wall shag carpet because
Wow.
I've been in it. That was the shaggin' wagon for my brother.
That was the shaggin' wagon.
It had, if I remember, he'll correct me if I'm wrong. I think there was like a bench seat on both sides and it was wood. I think. Or it might have been even carpeted all the way up.
All right.
I think so.
That's
He'll
what
have
you-
to correct me. But I remember being in. That's the one that had the engine in between the two.
Yeah, it had an engine.
bucket
Had an
seats.
engine cowling, an engine.
And that
hump.
was before seatbelts. So I always got to sit right there on the engine.
All right, so now we've got an update. Just letting you guys know that's what's going on with the kid. We showed you the picture. Let me go back to the drag and drop section of the program. We still got more. There's more. All right, so I never have videos for you guys, and I have 2. One we held over from last time. It's kind of a political thing where I get pissed and angry. Let's hold off on that for a minute. Now, when we left to hide this gold coin, we're on our way back. She got us reservations at this kind of obscure, off the side of the road hotel and casino. Indian reservations all over the country, and we'd never been there before, and it was an unexpected delight. I'm telling you, everybody in this place, and I can't tell you where just yet, only because it gives away the location of the gold coin. However, we'll go back over this, but everybody was perfectly wonderful to us. Everybody from the valet, we went to pick up from the valet, the guys washing the window and the bumper. And it was full. It wasn't like we were the only car there. No. They were doing all these extra things all the time. They were wonderful. The dinners, the breakfast, the staff was just great, way more than anywhere else. And they'd been there 12 years. It's not like they just opened up and everybody was trying to be impressive. No. It'd been there a while. So the point of this story that I'm getting to is that my wife and I we try to have at least one nice dinner, and so we've gone to different places, and we're in Reno or Las Vegas, and there's some, we just eat at regular, run of the mill stuff, but every now and then we like to slide over to a nicer place, and I always like to try to get a steak. I've sampled steaks all over the country, different places when I go, and in this particular place, the steak, I got to tell you, I probably had 500, 600 steaks in my entire life that were top quality. I mean, people that knew what they were doing. And this guy's steak was maybe the best I'd ever had. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, where am I? I'm in the middle of nowhere, and this is so great. And they're like, no, the Indian nation, they grow their own beef, grass-fed, and then they do a special diet. It lasts 30 days of some grain, and this piece of steak was about that big, and it was about this thick, and it was super delicious, and it was about $40 less expensive than the other places that give you those little steaks. It was just incredible. So I asked to speak to the chef, and I never do that. I think my entire life I've asked to speak to a chef twice. This was the second time. And of course, he's nervous when he comes out because he thinks I'm going to yell at him and tell him his steak was terrible. I said, look, man, I apologize for how I was dressed. I said, look, man, I'm in a t-shirt and a hat in your steakhouse, and I'm apologizing for that. But I want you to know I've had steaks everywhere, and yours is one of the best ones I've ever had. I said, I'm not sure how you're preparing it. And the guy says, well, I'm French trained, and he said, just a great guy. In the middle of me complimenting him, he recognized me. My wife was filming before this even happened. She was just filming me being nice to the guy and complimenting him. So let me get to this and let me play it. I don't know how you're going to hear it. You might have to turn your volume up. I had to wash this thing through. It's kind of hard to hear. So I turned it up, and then I set the gauges here so it's not blaring in the red. It's in the yellow, but you might have to listen. I'll be quiet, but it's only going to play once. If you guys need me to play it again, I can. But now I've set the stage. The part that my wife likes, she goes, the moment he recognized you. That's what we're waiting for, okay?
First of all, I want to apologize for how I'm dressed in your restaurant. Not acceptable. Secondly, I'm a big man in shorts. I'm a big fat guy, and I've had some steaks all over this country. I've had some Kansas City steaks that melt your mouth. 2 weeks ago, I was at Charlie Palmer's in Reno, one of the finer steakhouses there. Your steak was a bigger portion for $40 less, and you put them to shame. This is one of the better steaks I've ever had anywhere. And that includes that one that we had out in Cambria, that black and ribeye that special chef made on the coast in California. That one just is much better.
Yeah, it was delicious.
And I know that people don't normally, the only time you hear from customers when they want to complain. Sometimes. Any business, it's mostly people just bitching and complaining. I needed to take time to tell you that I think what you did.
It's incredible. Beef is raised here on the reservation. It's grain, it's grass fed, so it lives off the natural stuff, and then it's grain for the last 30 days.
I'm telling you, it is
It was amazing.
a better portion. And I don't know where you learned to prepare a steak, but my man, you've got it down.
I'm French trained, so
I'm absolutely
Excellent.
So thank you.
Believe me, I'm going to tell everyone that I can every chance about this.
Thank you.
Everybody, I've never been here before. We actually, part of this social media channel, we had to go to Winslow and hide a gold coin. So it's our first time here. Every person, every staff person, the valet, the bellhop with their bags, everybody's been wonderful.
You're on TikTok, aren't you?
Yeah.
The kid that's always the
Yeah,
Gen
this
X
is
kids.
yeah. Yeah. Do you ever wonder what the Gen X
Yes,
is?
I follow you.
Oh. That wasn't the intent of this conversation, I assure
Can I
you.
get my phone and get a picture with you?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'll be right back.
That wasn't where I wanted this to go. I was just trying to give him a compliment.
Say something.
I was just trying to give him a compliment. I was not, that wasn't where I thought this was going. I genuinely liked the steak, and I was...
And that was it. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not.
They
If it came through, but that's that was me trying to compliment him, And then he turned it around, and you heard me even say, I'm in the middle of going, I called you over here to compliment. I'm your fan. I'm your fan of what what you're doing. And he's like, whoa, wait a second, let me get my camera. So we took a few pictures. We talked for a little bit longer. It was funny. Right before then, a guy who was eating there got up and came over and said, hey, man, I watch you. This is in an obscure desert town at an Indian casino that I would probably never find myself at just because I don't travel that direction. And there was a patron there. A guy finished his steak, came over, said some kind words, and then
You know what? I forgot to tell you, the guy that was sitting like 2 or 3 tables by himself over at us, he kept looking at us. And I was kind of getting a little freaked out. Like,
yeah,
before he said he knew you.
yeah.
And I'm like, he's watching us. Why is this guy watching us? And it didn't even dawn on me.
No, because we were in such a place like no one, you wouldn't even think they had internet out there. That's how far out we were. There's no internet available.
We were way out of town.
And it's kind of funny when this happens because now what'll happen is my wife will, when Briggs and I are walking through a crowd, if we're up at Whiskey Flats days or something, we're walking around, she'll intentionally walk 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 paces behind us. Because as we're going through the crowd, people will pass and go, hey, were those guys? Well, by the time she gets to them, she hears them talking and she'll stop and go, yes, it's them, go say hello. So she just walks a little bit behind us, and every now and then someone sees us and goes, I think I know those guys from somewhere. And then my wife walks up because we've already moved on, and she goes, well, go say hello. That's them. And then so this time she just happened to be sitting there, and the first guy came up. She was like, I can't believe it. Well, when she started with the chef, because I was going to compliment, she was recording because I never compliment anybody ever, according to my wife. So she records it, and then it turned into that. I just thought I'd share that, guys, with you guys, because it's kind of fun when there's other fans out there with Gen X Talks, and they appreciate what we do. And we're always very grateful. We're always very humble. We're always very kind. We'll take time with them every time, but it's just, it's weird when it does happen.
Did you tell him about when I left before you? I was leaving ahead of you, and he kept watching. The chef kept watching because the kitchen faced.
Well, the kitchen, yeah, he came running back into the kitchen, which faced out there. You could see there was 2 chefs and a bunch of pseudo chefs, and then other minions doing. And
they're called sous chefs.
Yeah, pseudo chefs. The guys who pretend to be the chefs. That's what I said.
Oh my God!
So they're out there doing their thing, and as he comes running back, he goes, that's the guy. So now everybody's paying attention. Well, when we left, he wanted to make sure he said goodbye. So he kept kind of fiddling around right where he could see everybody. You left first, and he just kept watching me, and I'm moseying on out of there. And then, I looked over because you said, I think he's waiting. You yelled because you were way ahead of me, like, I think he's waiting for you. So I turned around, and he's like, goodbye. I'll see you. Thanks for goodbye. I'll see you. Thanks for coming. I'm like, thanks, man. Appreciate you. And I don't know. It was a kind of a dork moment for each of us because I really, really, really. Chef John is his name.
Chef John.
Chef John. He absolutely made the best steak probably up there that I've ever had in my whole life. Absolutely incredible. I will never forget that casino, that hotel. The meals were great. We had one thing that almost killed it. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
John Williams wrote just now, I'm in the Midwest, but be sure if I ever see y'all in public, I'm calling it out and trying to get a picture with both of you.
We stop anytime. We've never told anyone no ever. It's been our pleasure.
It's wonderful meeting people.
So can you believe this? For all of the greatness of the hotel, and even the little room that we were in was perfectly laid out with they had the amenities it was marbled, and it was just beautiful. And I laid down on the bed, and it was like a concrete slab.
Oh, God, yeah, it felt like a rock.
I couldn't sleep all night. She could barely sleep. It was horrible. It was the worst night at a hotel we've ever spent anywhere. So the next day on my way out, I went to the front desk because we were checking. I said, who's in charge? Oh, that guy. Who's his boss? Well, this guy. Who's his boss? Well, that guy. Get me that guy. And they did. And the guy, I waited for the guy to come out of his meeting, come downstairs, and I complimented every part of this experience and said, but I can never come back here again because your mattresses, I can't sleep. It's the worst night's sleep I've ever had at a hotel. And the guy was flabbergasted. I said, look, man, I'm not trying to be a dick. I don't want a refund. I told him very clearly, I'm not looking for money. I'm just telling you, I can't come back here because he goes, well, we just had a remodel and some of the rooms got new mattresses. I go, well, then you got a bad batch, or they saw you coming and they took you. Because I can't do it. So this guy wrote down the room there. He told the people, go get those fucking mattresses out of that fucking room right now. Burn them. Get them out of there. And go find any other room that's got these. He was He was on it. I'll give him that. But it just was, and I'll tell you what, the whole experience was so wonderful that I can honestly tell you that even though I had the worst night's sleep ever, I'd recommend the place. It was that good. I'd hope for a better mattress, yeah, but it was an absolute pleasure to talk to everybody there, and it was wonderful. So I have stories about the road, but I can't tell you because then it tells you where I was. Anyway, I won't tell you guys where I was. I won't tell you what road I was on. I'll keep that a secret for now. But we'll revisit this at some point. But it really was a great place to go, and I was completely surprised. All right, back to the drag and drop section.
Sheets?
You may do some sheets,
And
honey.
you can
Go ahead.
hydrate.
All right, I'll hydrate.
Sean MacArthur over on Facebook. Here's some personal stars for the General and Gen X mom. Enjoy these stars. Hope Gen Z kid is doing well. Stay blessed. 200 stars sent.
Russell Covey and Sean MacArthur. They're the
Staples.
bookends.
Yes.
Yeah, staples. They're the bookends of Facebook. They don't forget.
Insurmountable Cali Cat member for 21 months. General, the more I see throwback videos, the more I want the goatee back.
Really?
Wow.
You know, okay, go ahead. I'll finish that about that.
Disney Mama Sammy Joe, member for 21 months, almost to my big blue too. Yes, I'm here, but I'm also there. I'm everywhere doing my job. Offended that you said I'm not hot. Well, okay, then pop.
Oh, that was Disney Mama. That wasn't Christina Dvorak. Did you run those two together? You started out by saying Christina Dvorak.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
I
it
didn't
was
mean
Disney
that. I
Mama.
said Sammy Joe.
I think you said Christina. Don't you ever say Christina Dvorak's not hot. Don't you ever say that.
Wow.
A little bit protective there. All right.
I'm really not like all here today.
Do you want me to continue with my part of the show?
I just like deleted the whole document right here.
Nice. Okay, we're going back to my part of the show for a
Nope, I'm
minute.
good.
So I've already switched. I'm not coming back. That's it.
Don't be
So
rude.
there was some stuff. What was there stuff in the drag and drop section of the program? So yeah, you saw at the end of the video, that was Chef John. That was his picture. We took one with his phone. We took one with ours. He was a cool cat. He was very friendly. We talked for a little bit. I dig the guy, and he's just. I know it's partially the beef they had there and how they groomed it, but my God, what a great guy. So we'll steer everyone that direction. Truckers got to go by. A lot of truckers have to go that direction. So there were some pictures you guys sent me that we have to deal with. I think these are from. There's a women sent me a bunch of those. But we had the topics on the mail last couple weeks ago. What's a man's job and how does a man behave in a bathroom? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up the other episodes. It's not creepy. It's not weird. It's factual. These are lessons. So anyway, there was one on here that says there was a bunch of these, and I'll bring up two of them. It says a man. There's number 12. I'm not showing all of them. A man must have a handle on his vices. Now, when I brought that up to Gen X Mom, I said, I'm going to show this one. One of the things a man has to have a handle on his vices. And my wife looked at me. She goes, you got two hands on every one of your vices, and you enjoy all of them. I said, that is not what this is supposed to be. It means that you're supposed to have control over your vices. You don't bend your knee. You don't succumb to your vices. And again, my lovely bride goes, no, you enjoy every one of them. And off we went. So I think she's missing the spirit of that conversation, if you ask me. But what do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. All right. This one I'm going to need help with. This is in the same category. You must have the ability to switch off. I'm not even sure what that means, but I got to tell you, I stared at this naked guy wrestling a lion, and I don't know what that means, switch off. What switches on to make you naked wrestle a lion? I was confused by this. Now, this is stuff you guys sent me. Don't be mad at me. You guys sent me this. I don't even know how to process this. Number 7 is a man must have the ability to switch off. And let me show you an example of being able to switch off. Does that mean that you fight a lion? The guy doesn't have a scratch on him. You're going to tell me that lion didn't even swipe a claw and nick him? Not even a little bit? And this guy's winning, and what? Right as you're going to snap the jaw of the lion, you have to have the ability to switch off and slow down. Let that lion live. Let him go. Let bygones be bygones. Learn to live with. Is that what learn to live with nature? Is this what this is? Because I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit too Old Testament for me. Again, what do I know? All right, where I was. There it was. Blink and I'm gone. All right, so I'll move that. I'm just saying, you guys sent me this. You guys sent me a bunch, but I'm not getting into all of them because I don't understand all of them. All right, so one thing we want to touch on here. Everybody's sick and tired of the Trump case, all right? And I only bring it up so I can talk to my sister-in-law and just simplify it. I don't want to use the terms dumb it down unless I'm speaking to people from Pacoima. I want to talk regular, okay? So let's just make this real simple because you guys have heard it a million times. I don't care whether Trump had an affair with Stormy Daniels or not. Who cares? Did, didn't, doesn't matter. Every rich person pays people like this to go away. Bill Clinton did it. He paid $850,000 to Paula Jones and said, okay, it's hush money, go away. Nobody cared. I didn't care. It's like, okay, you had sex with her, you got caught, and she's probably got pictures of you and your crooked penis, and she's going to show everybody. You give her a bunch of money, they go away. I get it. That's how problems get solved. So how on earth could this be an issue when everybody's done this? Every politician, or most politicians, for all of you good, honest, hardworking politicians that never tell a lie, please excuse yourselves from this conversation. However, why would this be an issue? How could you make it an issue? It happens all the time. Well, you see, we're thinking, as the Democrats, we're thinking that he paid it with cash, and then it becomes a little underhanded, shady backroom deal. No, turns out Trump said, I want to write a check. Okay, then how about if he used campaign funds? And that turns out, no, he didn't use campaign funds. And even if he did, wouldn't this be something? Yes, I want my campaign to make this go away. Okay, so he didn't pay with cash. He used the check. He didn't use campaign funds. Oh, you know what? He did it. He did it to win the election. He did it to change the outcome of the election. Okay, first of all, the DOJ has already looked into this, and they hated Trump, found nothing, said, we're not even going to bring it to charges. No, there's nothing there. Campaign Reform Committee, the Campaign Finance Committee, looked into this in every way they could to get Trump on campaign issues. Did he use campaign funds? Did he try to pay off the right way, the wrong way to influence the election? And they came up with nothing. They investigated it till the nth degree and said, forget it. Everybody passed on this. Because even if you did do it, the statute of limitations are gone. It's way over. The only thing you can say about this is, well, and this is what it comes down to. Pay attention. Ready? Well, you had your lawyers pay that lawyer, and that lawyer had paid Stormy Daniels. Okay, we know that. Trump's other team of lawyers paid Michael Cohen. We know that. Then they went into the ledger and said, this is an expense. It's an attorney fee, which it was. He paid Cohen. Yeah, wait. But Cohen paid her. You really going to call that an attorney fee? You'd have to label it. She's not an attorney. You'd have to label that something else. Okay, again, Trump paid Cohen, who's an attorney. Yeah, but then he used the money and that he got reimbursed for the money that he paid her. Yeah, we got that. Well, you shouldn't have called it. You shouldn't have called it that. You should have labeled it something else. All right, well, they checked the wrong box in the book, said, 7-8 years ago. What's the big deal? So you admit you were trying to defraud. You admit that was a business error. You admit you mislabeled the funds. Dude, we've explained all this. They checked the wrong box. Well, now Trump's going to jail. Trump wasn't the one who checked the box. The guy got on stage. Guy got up before the jury. I checked the box. It was me. I filled it out because we paid an attorney. That was an attorney expense. It was a legal fee. Why? Well, you should have done that. All right. Well, which box should I have labeled? And I'll redo it. We're not trying to defraud anybody here. We're not trying to hide anything. That's too late for that, man. Trump was the one who told you to do it. No, he didn't. I knew we paid Michael Cohen. He's an attorney. I wrote it down as legal fees. What's the problem? Look, man, we know what happened here. Trump, in his mind, wanted to pay cash to the woman he had sex with so it would go away. So just think Trump, cash, sex, and then he's going to jail. We got you. It's like, well, but none of that actually happened. And the statute of limitations on a bookkeeping error is over. Yeah, but the bookkeeping error, man, was part of the election fraud. It wasn't election fraud. They're just like everybody does. You're trying to shut her up so she didn't come out and say a bunch of shit. Same as every politician did. What the fuck is your problem? We got you now, man. Trump, sex, money. And you labeled it wrong, and that makes the whole thing fucked up. Except even in their twisted legal system, they can't prove that Trump said, check this box, not that box. So if they can't prove he said to make this clerical error, which is like the most small thing out of this whole conversation, if they can't prove that he checked the box or directed the guy to check the box, none of this even matters at all. There, I'm just simplifying it. Nobody cares. And they know they're going to lose the case, even if everything is going to go Trump's way and the judge is still going to go, yeah, sounds like he's guilty to me. Be prepared. Everything is going to go Trump's way. The closing argument is going to completely convince the jury. The jury is either going to be a hung jury or vote him innocent. The judge is going to go, well, I don't have to abide by the jury's decision. He's still guilty. The whole thing is just to keep him from campaigning, as we all know. But the other thing, in case you guys have not been paying attention to the bombarding interest that hits you every day, every step they take to indict him unifies the country against the Democrats. I have liberal Democrat friends that are going, oh my God, leave this guy alone. This is just ridiculous. This is the equivalent of Putin in Russia putting his political opponents in Siberia. Oh, you got a parking ticket you didn't pay, you criminal, and we put criminals in Siberia. Well, we don't put those criminals in Siberia. He missed a parking ticket. Criminals go to Siberia. That's the end of it. Get out of here. That's what Putin does. That's what we're doing. You're taking your political opponent and doing something ridiculous because you can. That's it. But it's strengthening the entire country. Even Democrats are shaking their head and moving towards Trump going, this is ridiculous. You can't, we're a country that doesn't behave this way. CNN has anchors, news anchors. I saw it today, a news anchor going, this is ridiculous. If this had been anybody else other than Trump, no court case and nobody would care. This is CNN. The New York Times showing polling going, stop doing this. You're losing the election. The New York fucking Times. And what do the Democrats do? They're sticking to the playbook, page 68. If we can get away with it, we do it. All right, so that was from my sister-in-law, Donna. I'm hoping, Donna, sweetheart, I love you. I hope that was simplifying it for you. Just wanted you to know that was for you. We can go back to the regularly scheduled program now. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
Can I do some sheets?
Please.
Bill Weir over on Facebook. Hey, I see that bowling pin. When I was a kid, I worked at 2 bowling alleys in Porterville just to let people know that bowling pins are the best firewood. They light automatically and will burn for hours. Most bowling alleys give them away routinely.
Don't give away my bowling pin. That was signed by the Dodgers and Lakers. We went to a bowling tournament a couple years ago, and the 80s Dodgers and the 80s Lakers showed up, and they all signed my bowling pin, man. It's not firewood.
CHR0540, welcome to an extra. They joined tonight.
Thanks for joining up, man. That means a lot to us. Appreciate that.
878 Fixer, KGXT.
The radio's growing, man. Josh Maddox is knocking it down.
Jimmy over on Facebook, thank you for being you, because if my day is shit, you and your son make my day better.
Far out, man. If that's all we accomplish is putting a smile on someone's face for 30 seconds or so, then we've done a good job. And that's also kgxtradio.com. I didn't say it right. Josh will blow up my phone and go, you didn't say it. kgxtradio.com. Just go check it out. Give it a listen. See if you like it.
Jack Armstrong over on Facebook. My wife laughed. She loved it. She needed a good laugh. Been a rough couple of weeks for her. Thanks. Her name is Brittany, and she's my Montana mama.
Brittany, the Montana Mama. There should be a calendar of Brittany and 12 months of Brittany and the Montana Mama.
Christina Dvorak, $2. Is there an update on the bus picture?
Yeah, that I haven't been able to get a response in a while, and I'm going to move another direction. We had 2 options. We were going with the one that was traditional, all the pictures you see that are done, but we're going to have to move another direction.
Sweets, member for 1 year. The $2 hoe is trippy.
The $2 hoe is trippy. His alter ego, yes.
TDP?
TDP, baby. Trippy Dippy Pineapple.
Chris Wilson, member for 14 months. I really needed some laughs right now. Thanks. Brian Mitchell, welcome to being an extra. Just joined tonight. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you.
Brother Bruns, $49.99.
Brother Bruns.
A duck quacks Engine revs. Sad you are leaving Cali. Tell Mrs. Four you now have a studio moving fund. Girl, love yes. And Michael Altum, he just joined tonight. Welcome, Michael, to the Bottom of the Glass Nation.
Thank you for that. That's the first time we've got a real solid. Brother Bruns gracing the screen. Turn my whole screen pink there with $49.95. People have been shying away from the donations lately. I think they think I'm just eating it all and I've had my fill. Yeah, we really haven't had a cause, but they're coming, so save your dollars because we're going to be begging you for help. I can't afford all this on my own. No. There was a couple other things to talk about too. Did my sister-in-law chime in on a text telling me how wonderful I am?
No, not yet.
Oh, great.
You're not loved right
I'm
now.
not loved. All right, so
Josh just goes fucking trippy.
fucking trippy, right? No shit, man. Fucking trippy. All right, so listen, there was a few things to go through. I'll save them for next time. Remember the political video I want to show you, which ties into all you guys. You should run for president. You guys always ask me what I would change. If I was in office tomorrow, what's the first 3 or 4 things I would change? Believe me, I know already. And this is where some of you stand up and salute and cover your heart with your hat, and some of you walk away going, you're out of your fucking mind. Well, I think both cases can be true. Anyway, that's about it for us, unless there's something else you got to add. My time is up. The light is green. The trap is clean.
No, we are good to go.
Thank you guys for tuning in. By the way, we have to do this correctly. You remember when we sign off on the podcast and stuff, but people really, the old school people, when I say...
I know what they want.
You do?
I do.
Okay, then I'm not going to lecture you. I'm just going to say, okay.
That's fine.
Thank
I
you
usually
guys.
say it. Sometimes I say it.
About a third of the time.
I know. I don't say it all the time.
Because then 2/3 I get people going, oh, she had her chance. And
I do have something to say.
all right.
I did mention this a little bit earlier. Somebody didn't see it or whatever. We got a Mrs. Four update. She's doing okay. She checked in, but she's still going to take some more time off.
That was a nice way to put that.
Yeah.
The truth is, I told you guys I couldn't tell you the truth, so I had to give you 2 stories, one of which was true. Now, the 2 stories were either Mrs. Four and I had an awesome getaway weekend in a hotel, and it put her in the hospital. She's not as bendy as she used to be. That was story number 1. Story number 2 was that she was an undercover secret agent for the government, and she was away on assignment. You guys had to pick which one you thought was more realistic, which one was more likely. And when she contacted us today, it was from a gulag in Russia where she was trying to escape. So I'll let you guys pick which story is true, but we did hear from her today. She is alive and kicking. They haven't strangled her off in Siberia just yet. Everything's good, so we'll update you more when we're allowed to, but that's all I can tell you for tonight. Now, we got to go. We got to get out of here. I've made promises this evening, and I intend on keeping all of them. Well, some of them. I'm going to keep one of my promises. Then I'm okay. The rest of it can fly by the side. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not sure where you're listening from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you tuned in on the Armed Service Radio Network. It's time to go, sweetheart. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
There we go. Remember 2 things. Wherever you go, there you are. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And with that, he hits the button and it all goes whoo.